Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back.
um, today, today we got some special stuff here. It's been a while. It's been a little while, if I'm being honest. So let's just get right into it. 3-1. We're making pizza. Yep. Now, here's the deal. Okay, I forget how to play this. Okay, yeah, I remember. Here's the deal. So I started, like, oh, Jiminy Christmas is loud. So I started playing track. Right? And one of the things, well, no, I don't know. How should I word this? I started running track. That's what I should say, right? Okay, we gotta cut the bread. What? No balls. Come on. Balls. No one can get to it now. That's Jiminy Christmas. Okay. I'm just dog water at this, I guess. Do you not? Oh my goodness, dude, I'm so bad at this. Bro.
I'm a dog.
Okay, that actually looks kind of good. Balls. Hey, cut. Cut. So I'm on the track team, right? And now here's the deal. So I'm not good, you know what I mean? I started out the season as like a long distance runner, you know what I mean? Long as
Is it like mile?
800 meter. That's like 2 laps around the track, and that's 4 laps around the track. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm having fun, you know. I'm having fun. And one day, I'm like, I practice, right? And it's like halfway through this season, and I'm running dog times. Like, my times are dog water. But that's okay, because I'm having fun. You know what I mean? And so then Coach comes up to me, and she's like, hey, man, I'm going to need you to change your game up here. I'm like, oh, you know, is the old long distance ain't cutting it, or, you know, some cheese like that? And she goes, nah, man, I'm gonna need you to run these hurdles. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what'd you say, Coach? I'm like, what's the plan going on here? I was bamboozled. You know what I mean? I was bamboozled. I didn't know what was going on. But just like that, I was thrown into hurdles. Now, coming from a long distance, I know nothing about hurdles, of course. Nobody would. So, there I am. Running hurdles. Balls. There I am running hurdles. And what was unexpected most to me was how high they really are. And I thought they'd be really high, and I was really scared the first day of practice, you know what I mean? And so I'm going into this. I'm feeling kind of confident. Not super, but kinda. And there I am. I'm having fun. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm like vibing and stuff. I'm like, oh goodness. My first meet's coming up. You know? It's time to actually start putting in the work and putting in the hours. Because, you know, anybody can just say, oh, I run hurdles, and then sit there and do absolutely nothing, you know what I mean? Anybody can do that. But with two practices, Coach said I checked the lineup, and Coach has me in. Coach has me in on Saturday, and I started practicing on Thursday. And I'm like, Coach, are you sure about this? You know, is this something you really wanna do? You know, just some random kid here, just throw him into hurdles? You know, is this something you know? I'm just trying to make sure she ain't making a mistake. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, sure, okay, I am a senior, but there's no need for this. You know what I mean? But then that's when it occurred to me. I gotta run fast because my mile times were horrible. They were dog water, and I knew if I wanted to do something good, I needed to pull some out of my butt here in the hurdles, so I could get maybe a letter or maybe just a little bit of notoriety on the team. You know what I mean? Just to be a functioning member of the team. You know what I mean? Score some points for once, maybe. Because my mile times were dog water, and everything else was so bad that it didn't count up for nothing. So, you know, had to do something here. So I'm like, okay, you know, I gotta put in some work here. It's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm toying at, teasing at, whatever you might say here. So I'm like, okay, well, consider the following. Maybe just putting me in hurdles. I'm like, okay, so here I see the lineup, and I'm not only in hurdles, but I'm also in the mile. And this really puzzles me. Now this really puzzled me because the lineup of events is mile. Like, this is later in like the second half of the race, starting at my mile. So I run the mile, and then there's a 4x100 meter relay with the little shaft that you hand off, and then there is a open 400, which means people just run one lap around the track, and then it's the 300 meter hurdles. Those are really close together because the 4x1s take like 50 seconds. They don't take long at all. And the open 4s probably take about a minute to a minute 05, minute 08. You know, those don't take long. So here I am, running 4 laps around the track, getting right back on to jump all these hurdles. And I'm like, oh my goodness, dude, I don't know about this, coach. So here I am, going into it. And my first race was not bad. It wasn't bad, actually. I ran somewhat decent. I was tired on the blocks when they said set. That's another thing. I didn't know how to use blocks. I was like, Coach, you're really putting me in this, aren't you? She said, yes, I am. I'm like, oh my goodness, Coach. You're cheesing me, Coach. You're absolutely cheesing me. And so yeah, that was annoying. That was really, really annoying. So anyways, one time I was on these blocks here, and the weirdest thing happened because I wasn't in the lineup this week. This one week, there was a week I wasn't in the lineup. It was at an invite, and only the best of the best go to invites. So I was like, okay, there's 3 hurdlers at our school. Only the top 2 go. It wasn't me, so I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Because I didn't expect to be the best. I never once expected to be the best. But I always thought it would be nice to be the best. You know what I mean? It would be nice to be the best, and that's what I was pushing for, but I didn't get it this one time, so I was like, okay, that's fine. Check the lineup. Not in it. Boom. That, you know, they're there. To each its own, if you will. So yeah, so I was like, okay. False. So I was like, okay, I'm not in the lineup, but that's okay. As I said, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. So there I am. I was like, well, I get out of school the day of the meet that I didn't make it to. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. The track meet starts at 4, and our school lets out at 2:30. So I was like, oh, I got plenty of time. And fortunately enough for me, the town that I live in, Smithville, the town of Smithville, had a, like, kind of like a fair, like a little street fair where everybody has a garage sale. And now it's garage sale day here, and this is a huge day for us. Everybody goes out, everybody goes out into their yard. They have a yard sale, and everybody has it in the whole little town that we got. So everybody's like, they even bring in food trucks for these. So I go in, and nobody likes a good food truck like your boy. Man, dude, I love food trucks, man. You can get some food going. Oh, dude, I'll eat. I will feast, my guy. I will absolutely feast. So I'm like, you know what? I might as well feast. I might as well feast. You know what I mean? If I'm out here about to go to a track meet, I might as well feast before I eat the crappy track meet food, which is like peanuts and like, you know, just a bunch of that crap. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some good food. So I got 2 coney dogs, 2 things of ice cream. Let's see, what else did I get? A Dr. Pepper and a Mountain Dew later on. And I think there's some other like little bits of candy, you know, just sprinkled out amongst that, if you will. And so then here I am. So I'm like, oh bollocks, the time's running out. So I might want to start, you know, heading back to the track now. So a field events start at 4, and the running events start at 5:30. I've never been a field event guy, but I thought, you know, I might as well watch pole vault. Pole vault's kind of exciting. You know, you can watch people with the big shafts. I've always wanted to watch people with big shafts, so I was like, okay, you know, I'll watch this with some of the guys here. So I did. And it was quite enjoyable. I did enjoy it quite a bit. And I'm glad that I went to watch it because it was a lot of fun. And so yeah, so there I am. And of course my stomach's kind of hurting a little bit because of all that food that I just ate. But the big problem wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. It was the fact that 5:30 draw near. It was nigh. 5:30 was nigh. And
One of our hurdlers weren't there.
he wasn't there. And this was a problem. A big problem. Because we need our hurdlers there. If the hurdlers aren't there, we can't hurdle. And what's a hurdle team without hurdlers? You know what I mean? So, the hurdler wasn't there. And I tell Coach, I'm like, Coach, you know, where's your hurdler? She's like, oh, he's coming later. I was like, oh, okay, good. What a relief, dude. Apparently he just went home because he was feeling a little sick, so he's taking some meds, and he'll be back. So I was like, okay, good. So I'm like, okay. Man, that's good news, Coach. I'm glad to hear that. And she goes, yep. So I'm watching the rest of this meet. The first hurdle event goes by. The high hurdles, the 110-meter hurdles, those are the tall ones, but it's shorter. And he wasn't here for it. And I was like, maybe he just called off that one or something, you know. Maybe he's not here for that. I haven't run that event at that time. I wasn't trained for that event, so I couldn't run the 110 hurdles at the time. So those take a little special training. And so I was like, okay. So I just sit back and enjoy the rest of the track meet, watching my friends. I got this little Flavor Town flag I fly, having fun. I'll put a little picture of the Flavor Town flag up on the screen now so you guys can see what I wave that at the track meets. Here's a picture of me at the track meets. And so anyway, so I'm having fun. I'm having fun with the boys. And the mile goes by, and I used to run the mile, so I'm hyping the mile boys up at this invite. The coach can only send her top 2, so of course I didn't make it. And so I'm watching these boys run, and then it was after the mile, the 4x1 runners go. And then all of a sudden coach comes up to me and she gives me my jersey, and she goes, I hope you brought your spikes because you're running the 300-meter hurdles. I'm like, whoa,
What? What?
She goes, yep, Jake, the guy who, the man, the myth, the legend, who couldn't run the 300-meter hurdles because he was sick, he didn't show up. Like, for realsies. So this is bad. This was very, very bad. And I'm like, oh my goodness, so here I am. I do a quick little warm-up. I am loose as, I'm tight as crap. Like, I'm really tight. Okay, you can quote me on that. So, I'm trying to warm up with like the 10 seconds I have because it's just open 4 and then boom, I run. So I'm warming up like crazy. I jumped the hurdle once and boom, I'm on the blocks. And I'm nervous as crap. Now, I get on my blocks, I'm doing my little stretch out. I do a little run out. I get back to the blocks. And I'm feeling pretty sick. He gets me down and the coach and the ref goes,
Runners to your works.
and I do my little stretch and I'm on the blocks. And it's dead silent. And I'm feeling okay. But then he goes,
Set.
and that's when you pick your butt up and you lean in. and oh my goodness, I felt it all. I felt all the food move. It all moved to the front, and I was like, oh no, no. And then he goes, boom, and the gun goes off, and I just start going, dude. I'm just pushing my legs like crazy, but they're not going fast. I'm not going fast at all, and I'm struggling here. I'm like not moving at all. I don't know what the heck's going on, but I don't care. So I'm still going. I'm just pushing. I'm pushing whatever I can. I'm pushing it all out. So here I'm pushing, and I get to the first hurdle, which is 24 steps in as I counted. 24 steps into the first hurdle, and I jump it. And my food is in motion. I could feel it move all the way around in a circle. I could feel those Coney dogs, those ice cream, the Mountain Dews, the Dr. Peppers. It's all in motion. It's moving around. It's jiggling. And then boom, I fall back down. And I'm still running 17 steps to the next hurdle. But I can't 17 step, and I'm losing the pack. I 19 step. And I hit the second one, and boom, it's all jiggling in my tummy. I push for a 17 step, and I don't know if I got it, to be honest. It was a while ago, but I know I got a few 17s in there. Coming around the corner, I see the boys. Shout out to the boys. I can hear them shouting my name, and they're laughing because they know. They know I wasn't supposed to run, and they know what I ate. They know what I ate. And yeah, it was bad. I got last place. Here's a picture of me after the meet, though, in a Christmas sweater. I wore that Christmas sweater because a friend gave it to me that day at school. And that trophy I bought it at a yard sale that day for $2. I didn't win it. I bought it at a yard sale. Anyways, that's all I've got for y'all today. I encourage you to join track club, track team. It's a lot of fun. Do hurdles. A lot of fun. I'll see you guys later. Bye.